So, good evening, everyone. Hope I'm audible. So, okay. So I think hope everybody has joined the session. So we will start. My name is Alex. For those of you who know, I am being a part of AAM Business School. So we are going to start this 5-day webinar, which is going to be exclusively on filing income tax returns for salaried people. I think all of you would have seen what is the course content and all that. So today we're just going to brief you across for this next 5 days. Who will be the presenter who's joining us today is Mr. Satya Prakash. I think some of you would have already seen his session, maybe on Sunday, where he took an exclusive session on income tax. So he'll be the presenter for next 5 days. And for those of you who don't know, he has around 10 plus years as a chartered accountant. He is chartered accountant by profession. He has his own firm and he has been a person who has handled multiple industries. So this 5 days is going to be a completely interactive session. As you can see, the group is little customized so that we can have maximum learning. So what I suggest is you can have as much as queries. If you have any doubts or clarification, you can stop in the middle. As of now, we have put all you in mute, but if you wanted to share something, you can definitely unmute yourself. And or if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat also so that we can have an interaction, right? So over to you, sir. You can take it forward, and hope everyone enjoys it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the intro. Uh, Good evening, all. Gives me an immense pleasure to be here in front of you all, and I'm quite delighted to be part of this webinar. Uh, yes, as the topic says, the 5 days webinar is going to be all about filing of income tax returns on salaries. And I believe that last Sunday we gave a brief of what this income tax and what this salaries and many things we discussed on Sunday. So, for the benefit of the people who didn't attend Sunday, just let me give you a small recap of the things what we discussed on what is all about income tax and what is this salary and what is exactly filing of returns. Because many of you may be aware of what exactly the filing of returns, and some of you may be quite new to the terms and income tax, and also it is our duty to bring those people also on par. So let me just give you a small recap of the things. I'm audible, right?
So voice is little low actually.
Okay,
Yes.
just a minute. Yeah, just give me a minute. Okay, so I think now it's clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, good. Now I am quite delighted to start this session. Fine. Income tax. As I told you, the income tax is all about tax on income. If there is an income, there is a tax, and you can have many types of income. You can get salary, or you can get rent, or lots and lots of income sources, and the methods of getting income are available. But the income tax has been structured in such a way that all the incomes are segregated under five different heads. If you are getting a salary, that will be categorized under the head income from salaries. If you are doing business, then the income whatever you earn from the business or profession, that will be taxed under the head profits and gains from business or profession. If you are selling a property, say if you are selling a property and you are getting an income in that way, then that income is taxed under the head capital gains. If you have some rent or something like that, then that will be taxed under the head income from house property. And at last, if you get interest or if you get any gift or whatever it is, if something is not included in these four heads of income, that will be categorized under the head income from other sources. So these are the five heads of income. So each head has a separate set of rules. Probably the salary may be having a separate set of rules, and yeah, income from other sources, that is the fifth head. Okay, so each set of rule has a each set of each head has a separate set of rules. So if you are segregating the income under the appropriate head, then only you can work out the tax appropriately. Say if you are getting a salary and if that is included as a part of profits and gains from business or profession, then the entire calculation method goes wrong and you may end up in wrong tax amount. So similarly, if you are categorizing the business income under the head income from salaries, then probably you may be following the entire set of different rules and you may end up in different amount and different tax, which is absolutely wrong. So it is pretty important for you to categorize the income under appropriate head, right? Now, how to categorize the income under the head salary? Just because something is termed as salary, it cannot be taxed under the head salary. So, what is the real test? Yes, if a person is employed in a company and if there exists employer employee relationship, then that income is taxed under the head salary. Simple. There is no need for you to do any extensive tests. You call it as salary, you call it as commission, you call it as profit share, or you call it as whatever nomenclature it may be. But as long as there exists employer employee relationship between two persons, then yes, the person who's drawing the money, it is considered as that person is receiving salary and that will be taxed under the head income from salary. Say there is a company and the company and Mr. A. There is also a person called Mr. A and there is a company. There exists employer-employee relationship between the company and Mr. A, but the money what Mr. A is receiving from the company, it is called as commission. So Mr. A is asking whether I can calculate this tax under the head profits and gains from business or profession. The answer is no, because there exists employer-employee relationship between the company. There exists employer-employee relationship between the company and Mr. A. So whatever money Mr. A is receiving from the company, that is considered as salary, even though that is addressed as commission or that is addressed as share of profit. And he has to follow the set of rules under the head salary to work out the tax. Right? Good. Now, you can question me how actually the employer-employee relationship exists. How to find out, sir? This is something in detail. This is something intricate. But as I told you, this session, this 5 days webinar is going to be an extensive session, detailed session. So we'll go into the core, whatever details and whatever doubts you people would like to get clarified. You are always welcome and you can shoot out your queries and it is always a pleasure to clarify. So how to test the employer-employee relationship, sir? In Income Tax Act, there exists no hard and fast rule to find out the employer-employee relationship is existing or not. It is totally based on the judgment. It is totally based on the individual judgment. You need to look at the timing of the employee. You need to look at the terms and conditions agreed by the employer and employee, and just based on those conditions and just based on those examination, if you are satisfying yourself that yes, there exists some employer-employee relationship between the company and the person, then yes, that income is taxed under the head salary. So there exists no hard and fast rule in Income Tax Act to work out the employer-employee relationship test. It is totally based on the independent individual's judgment. So if you work out the timing or the way the person is treated in the company and the structure, the fixed salary, so based on certain practical conditions, if you are able to satisfy yourself that there exists some employer-employee relationship between the company and Mr. A, yes, all the income earned by Mr. A from the company is taxed under the head income from salaries. Good. Now, what is income tax filing? Sir, what is called exactly this filing? We are paying tax. Yes, we are earning income and we are paying tax. Then what it is exactly? What is called filing of income tax returns? Filing of income tax returns is nothing but you are giving a declaration to the government. You are giving a self-declaration to the government stating that these are my income, and this is what the tax I am supposed to pay. And look at here, I have paid this tax. Yes, I have done my duty. Clear. This is called filing of income. This is nothing but a declaration, or this is nothing but a self-statement to the government, because it is absolutely impossible for the government to go beyond all the 100 crores of Indian citizens to, what is your income, what is your income. He cannot just question each and every person, all the 100 crores of Indian citizen. The government cannot, they cannot question. So it is completely self-declaration. You may question, sir, how come the government know that I am giving the correct declaration? What if I give wrong declaration? What if I give wrong declaration? Say if I am getting a salary of 1 lakh per month in my account and I am getting and I'm getting some 20,000 in cash from the company, because if I'm getting the salary in the bank account, then probably the bank account is something transparent. The government can get access to my bank account and see how much salary I'm actually drawing. But if I get 20,000 as salary by cash from the company, this is something between me and company, then the government cannot know. Then tell me, how will the government find out? No, not possible. It is not possible for the government to find out unless and until they do some extensive check, unless and until they do some specific measure on you to find out whether you have short disclosed any income or not. Unless and until the government takes any special step to find out, it is not possible for the government to find out whether you have short reported your income or not. So it is absolutely self-discipline. That is what the trust the government has got on you and the chartered accountants and the tax professionals. That is what the trust the government has got. You people will make an honest declaration. You people will make an appropriate declaration. That is what the trust government has got on you. So that is why, they are just leaving it to you. You have to disclose all your income up to your knowledge to the government. So there is no any rigid text mechanism. If at all the government is suspecting you that you have short reported certain income, you are hiding certain income, then probably the government may issue certain notice and they may question you what is the source of certain income, and they may carry it forward. But unless and until the government gets certain suspicion or certain doubt based on the facts and circumstances, they cannot question you. They will not question you. So income tax filing is all about submitting the declaration to the government stating that this is your income, this is what the tax you have to pay, and you have paid all these taxes. Clear? Good. So in that, the income tax, 5 heads, in that salary head, in that filing of income tax returns, we are going to see. Here is where the topic is located. The topic what we are going to discuss is, here is where it is located. 5 heads of income, salaries, inside the salary, filing of return of income for the salary people. In that, we are going to have an extensive discussion, right? So I believe that this introduction is pretty fine for you people to have an understanding of what we are going to do exactly. Let's move on to the next topic. Let me just share a screen. Right. So I believe that all of you are able to see the screen. So the objectives of the session. The first thing is, you have to create an income tax account in income tax portal, right? Now you have decided that you are going to file your return of income. You have an income and now you have decided that you are going to file a return of income. Good, great that you have taken the decision. So the first step, what you have to do is, if at all you don't have any account in your income tax portal, then you have to create an account in income tax portal. Unless and until, because nowadays everything has become online. It is not possible for anybody to file the income tax returns manually. You don't have any other choice. You have to file the return of income in online only. So obviously you have to create an account in income tax portal, and you need to have a user ID and password to file the income tax returns under the head salaries or whatever to the department. So the first thing is, you are supposed to have a PAN number. Unless and until you have a PAN number, you cannot file the return of income. So PAN number is nothing but permanent account number. With the PAN number only, you will be able to file the return of income, right? So you have applied and you have got the PAN number, PAN card, everything is there. Now, the next step is, you are interested in filing the return of income. You have to create an account in income tax portal. This is the site, Income Tax India efiling.gov.in. Okay, this is the site in which you have to file the return of income. It is not that incometax.gov.in. There is another site called incometax.gov.in. If you go to that site, it may be having details about the Income Tax Act and Income Tax Department and all other knowledge related things it may be having, but it will not have any facility to file the return of income. For filing the return of income, the separate website is Income Tax India efiling.gov.in. Right. In that, this will be the screen. The moment you enter incometaxindia.efiling.gov.in, this will be the screen. In the corner, right side corner, register yourself. Let us assume that you have got the PAN number, but you are yet to register yourself in Income Tax Department. You are yet to create an account in online. So let's go ahead and create an account. register yourself. You have to click this. This will be the portal. Register. Yes. The next slide, the next screen, what you get to see is user type. Individual, company, there is a drop down. There is a drop down, and it may be having a lot of options. Individual, HUF, company, firm, like that. It may be having a lot of options for you. Since you are an individual, you have to select the individual type. Then you need to continue, and here it will be asking you to enter the PAN details. Your PAN number you have to enter, and here there is a catch. Probably you may be wondering why this fellow is teaching us to even create the account in income tax department. I tell you, there are a lot of catches and lot of challenges while filing return of income, and all the challenges will be addressed here invariably. Probably some of the challenges you may be aware of, and some of the challenges some may be aware of, and it is not possible for everybody to be aware of all the challenges. So let us invariably cover all the challenges. Right now, the next step is you have to enter the PAN number. After entering the PAN number, it will be asking you to enter first name, middle name, surname. In this, surname is mandatory. How will you know your surname? Say, for example, your name is Satya Prakash or Satya Harsha. Okay, let me just take up my name itself. Satya Harsha. I don't know what is my surname, because surname, how to exactly find out the surname? Because if you enter the wrong surname, it will show error. It will not accept. So how to find out the surname? Say, if it is Satya Harsha, if I enter Satya, no, it may show error. If I enter Harsha, it may accept or it may not accept. I am not aware. And sir, this is my name. I am entering here. How come the department knows? While applying your PAN card, while filling the application, probably when you were 18, some 10-15 years ago, when you were 18, you would have applied for the PAN card. And at that time, you would not have been aware of the application of the PAN card. Probably your dad would have assisted you to go for the PAN application, and somebody else would have filled your PAN application, and something else would have happened what you are absolutely unaware. You don't know what those people entered. So at the time of submitting the application also, the people sitting in the counter, they will be entering it manually. So just by looking at the application, Satya Harsha, you don't know what the person assisted to apply for the PAN card entered in that application. You don't know what he entered as first name and what he entered as surname. You don't know. And you really don't know what the person sitting in the counter while accepting the PAN application entered as first name or last name. You don't know. Then how to find out? I tell you. The first method is you have to do permutation and combination. You need to enter either Satya or Harsha or Satya Harsha. You just by trial and error method, just by permutation and combination, if you try entering the surname, and if it is accepting, well and good, you're lucky. If it is not accepting, it is quite challenging, because we have faced those challenges personally in many instances. Probably in the PAN card, the name it has been printed, it does not mean that the same name has been stored in the income tax department. I repeat, because many of you may be thinking that, sir, this is quite simple. I may just look at my PAN card and I can see what the name is printed in that, and I can just enter that. No. Name printed in the PAN card is something different with the name that has been stored in the income tax department with the PAN database. So you have to find out what is your name stored in the income tax department, and this has been stored at the time of filing the PAN application. Let us go ahead and check. Let us go ahead and check for a person. Can anybody, any volunteer, anybody can tell me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Just give me a minute. Can you see the screen? Can you see this
Yes.
Google screen? Can everybody
Yes,
can
sir.
see
Yes.
this Google screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now I need a volunteer to tell the PAN number. Just a minute. You need to enter pay income tax online. Using this route only, you will be paying the income tax. You will be paying the income tax using this option only. Pay income tax online. You need to click this. It opens. It has a lot of instructions. Let us not get into the instructions part. Straight away click here. Yes, accept. And another window opens. Right. In this, Challan 280, ITNS 280, this is the Challan used for making the tax payments for individual. Okay. This is the Challan what you have to use for making the tax payments for individual. What it is exactly, how to make the payment, those things probably we discuss later. Now the objective is to find the name what that has been stored against your PAN number in income tax department. For that, we are using this route. Proceed. Right. Now I need a volunteer. Income tax other than companies. Then self in this choices, whatever you want to select, you can select, because we are just going to find out the name and nothing we are going to do. So whatever you want to select, you can select. Any bank, anything. Just we are going to find out the name as per income tax department. Can anybody tell
Yes,
their
sir.
PAN number? Yeah. Please. AA
MP
MP
Z5
Z5
05
05
6B.
6B, B for Bombay.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. Assessment here, any assessment here. There is no need for you to fill the address and all. Just fill up the mandatory details alone. That is fine. Because, we are going to find out the name. And your good name, sir?
Zunai.
Zunaid. Okay. Your full name, sir?
K Zunai. That's
Yeah, Zunaid. Okay.
K.
K Zunaid. Okay,
Yes.
good. Proceed. Assessment year 2021. Okay. Right. Now it's getting loaded, and we'll see what is the name of Mr. Zunaid got mapped in the income tax portal while he applied for the PAN number. May I know when did you apply for your PAN card, sir? Probably some 5 or 6 years back.
Yeah, 6 years back.
Yes. This is your name, sir.
Yes,
Kader Mohideen Zunaid. This is what stored against your PAN number in income tax department. Probably, if you look at your PAN card, it would have got printed only Zunaid, or probably it would have got printed only Mohideen Zunaid.
Yeah, yes, it's K Zunai only they printed.
Yes, just because it has been printed as K Zunaid, you cannot go ahead with just K Zunaid, because the income tax department will not accept. When you are trying to create a login account for you, you need to find out what is the name that have been exactly stored in the income tax department, and this is what the name somebody has entered, or probably you entered at the time of getting the PAN card in PAN application.
Yes.
So in this, you can work out Zunaid. This is the surname.
Yes.
Got it?
Yeah,
Clear? So this is how we have to find out our name in income tax department. This is how we need to find out our name in income tax department. Right. Got it? Clear? Now this thing got clarified. Now we came across certain remote instances also. Just by looking at this also, we couldn't enter the surname successfully in some instances.
So 1.1.
Yes, please.
Now you have shown Khaja Mohideen Zunai. So
Yes.
what will be my surname?
That is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Just a minute. Just closed it. Okay, let's go ahead and work it out again. Sorry. See, in that, what is that, sir? Could you please repeat your name?
So my full name in income tax they have been Khaja Mohideen Zunai.
Aja Mohideen Zunaid. Okay.
What
First
will be
name.
my- Yeah.
Yes. You were able to find out the space between the names, right? You were
Yes.
able to find out the space between the names, which means your first name is Azad, middle name is Mohideen, and surname is Zunaid.
Okay.
If you are able to find out the space between the names, that is what the clue to segregate the first name, middle name, and surname.
Okay.
So if there is no space between Azad and Mohideen, then the first name itself Azad Mohideen, and there is no middle name for you, and the surname is Zunaid.
Okay, yeah, got it.
And incidentally, in our case, we had space between all the three names. So first name is Azad, and middle name is Muhaidin, and surname is Zunai. Got it, sir?
Yes, got it. Thank you, sir.
Clear. Right. Now let's get back to this screen. Right. Now I believe all of you can see the screen again. So this is what the method to find out the surname. And again, let's get into a hypothetical situation. Again, let's get into remote instance. What if I'm not able to find out by surname in this method also? Sir, it is not accepting. The system is continuously showing the error. As a first measure, I am trying to create my account in income tax department, but unfortunately, the system is not accepting my surname. I have entered all the names, whatever I know according to me as my name. I have entered everything, but still the system is not accepting what to do. Yes, at last, as a last measure, you need to visit the income tax department. You need to visit the income tax department as a last measure. You should not visit the PAN centers, because the PAN center also, they don't have access to these data. PAN center means the centers where they assist you in getting the PAN number. They will not have access to these data. Only the income tax department will have access to these data. So you have to physically visit the income tax department, Nugambakam, the help center, and you need to ask them your surname by submitting all the request forms and everything, and they will be able to assist you with the surname, which is going to eat up one day of you. So that is why I told you that will be the last measure, because that is going to eat up a day for you. There will be a lot of crowd and you need to be in a queue and you need to physically get the query clarified. So that will take a long time. That is why these are the shortcuts for finding out the surname. Good. Then enter your date of birth, enter your residential status. Right. Again here, resident or non-resident. What exactly this resident and non-resident? In Income Tax Act, there is a separate definition for finding out whether you are a resident or non-resident. You can see many places, many people referring, sir, he's an NRA. Sir, he's an NRA. Probably he would have visited some other country for 1 month. On what basis you are telling that he's an NRA? On what basis you are telling somebody is a resident and somebody is a non-resident? I tell you the significance of classifying a person as resident or non-resident. I repeat, I tell you the significance between the classification of the person as resident and non-resident. If a person is considered as resident in India, as per the Income Tax Act, he is taxable on his global income. If you are a resident of the Indian country, as per Income Tax Act, then you have to pay tax here in India on the entire income across the globe. Say you are a resident and you are getting a salary from Indian company 1 lakh per month. You have a property in Dubai. You have a property in Dubai and you are getting a rental income from Dubai. You have some business association in United States and you are getting certain income from US. Now, if you are classified as a resident as per the provisions of Income Tax Act, then you have to pay tax on the entire income. No matter you are getting it from Dubai, no matter you are getting it from USA, no matter you are getting it from India, no matter where you are getting from. If you are classified as a resident as per the provisions of Income Tax Act, then you have to pay tax on your global income. Got it? This is the significance of classifying a person as resident and non-resident. Got it? Clear? If a person is a non-resident here in India, then there is no need for him to pay tax on the global income. I repeat, if a person is non-resident, okay, one of your friends have been on site for 5 years. One of your friends have been on site in US for 5 years continuously. It's been more than 5 years that he visited India. It's been more than 5 years that he visited India. He is in US and he is drawing salary in US. First question, whether he has to pay tax in India for the salary he is receiving in US. He is a non-resident. Now tell me whether he has to pay tax on the income whatever he is getting from US. Can anybody tell me?
He has to pay the tax there itself.
Tax he has to pay in India?
No. He has to pay there itself.
Yes, good. Because he is a non-resident. Since he is a non-resident, there is no need for him to pay tax in India. He'll be paying tax only in US on the US income. Now tell me, your friend who's in US on-site, he has got a property in Velachery. And getting a rental income of somewhere around 50,000 per month. Now tell me whether he has to pay tax on the rental income of 50,000 per month in India.
Yes.
Yes.
Good, exactly. Because even though he is a non-resident, whatever income arising from India, he has to pay tax. But there is no need for him to pay tax from the income arising from US. Now, let's think different scenario. Your friend, he is working in a software company here in India, and out of some special assignment, he went to US. And he worked only for 2 months in US. And he came back. And as a result of the work, what he done in 10 lakhs. He got a payment of rupees 10 lakhs as a result of the work what he did in US. And in addition to that, he got a salary from Indian company 10 lakhs. Now tell me, he's a resident. Now tell me whether he has to pay tax on the income whatever he earned from US in India.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Since because he's a resident, he has to pay tax on his global income. Got it? If a person is classified as a resident as per the provision of Income Tax Act, then he has to pay tax on the global income. If a person is classified as a non-resident as per the provisions of Income Tax Act, he has to pay tax only on the income whatever arising from India. There is no need for him to pay tax on the income whatever he's earning abroad. Right. Now, the important question arises. Sir, how to find out whether a person is resident or non-resident? What is the test? What is the condition to find out whether a person is a resident or non-resident? That is an extensive condition. Probably we look sometime later of the session. But at this point of time, please remember, when a person is resident, yes, tax on global income. When a person is non-resident, only tax on the income arising from India. Got it? The condition of finding out whether a person is resident or non-resident, we'll look sometime later. Now, resident, yes, you are a resident. Now let's move on to the next screen. Right, the personal details, registration form, as I told you, the surname, everything, it get auto-populated here. Whatever basic details you entered in the first step, in the second step, it get auto-populated. Your date of birth, your residential status, you need to enter your password. The password is of your own choice. Whatever password you want to have, you can have. Right, the address, whatever address you want to enter, you can enter here. And then you need to enter mobile number and email ID, and you will be receiving the OTP to your mobile number and email ID as well. You have to enter both your email OTP and mobile OTP, and you need to validate. And after that, your registration is successful. Yes, you have successfully created an account in income tax account. Any doubts as such? On creating an account in income tax department, creating an online account in income tax department? Any doubts as such?
No.
No? Clear? Good. I think.
Yes, good to go.
Thank you. Let's move just a bit. Okay, let's move on. Now, probably many of you may be having account in income tax department, but that was created some 5-6 years back. I don't remember the password. Yes, you have got the option reset password. Yes, in the screen itself, in the very first screen itself, we saw that reset option as well. This is the home screen. Forgot password. By using that forgot password option, yes, you can reset your password. Again, there is a challenge in that. Why I am getting through all these minute details means each and every step there is a challenge. Now, reset password. How will you reset your password? There are certain options for you to reset your password using e-filing OTP. E-filing OTP is the OTP what you receive for the mail ID and mobile number what you entered at the time of registration. The registration just before we did, right? At the time of doing the registration, what mail ID and what mobile number you entered, to that ID and to that mobile number you may be getting the OTP, right? You may come across this peculiar situation. Sir, I don't have access to my old mail ID. I don't have access to my old mobile number. Now what to do? This account was registered some 3 years back, and at that point of time, I was using some other mobile number and some other mail ID, which I don't have access to that now. Now tell me how to reset the password. Yes. So using e-filing OTP, if at all you have got the access to the mail ID and mobile number, what you enter at the time of registering the income tax account, then you can use that OTP to unlock the income tax account. If you don't have access to the mail ID and mobile number, what you entered at the time of registering, then the next option is, it's coming up here. If you enter registered mail ID and mobile number, this is how the mail ID and mobile number would get displayed. Probably you can validate yourself with the mail ID and mobile number, and if at all you are pretty sure that this is your mail ID and mobile number, you can validate and you can go ahead. If at all you're not pretty sure that this is your mail ID and mobile number, or probably if you don't have any access to this mail ID or mobile number, now the next step is using Aadhaar OTP. Using Aadhaar OTP, you can unlock your unlock your income tax account. Right. What is this Aadhaar OTP? Aadhaar OTP is nothing but the phone number linked with your Aadhaar number. Aadhaar OTP is nothing but the phone number linked with your Aadhaar number. Right. At the time of applying the Aadhaar, if you had entered your mobile number, then the mobile number would have got mapped with the Aadhaar number, and using that OTP, Aadhaar OTP, probably you may get the OTP to the mobile number linked with your Aadhaar, and you can enter that OTP and you can easily unlock your account. Sir, again a peculiar circumstance coming here. Sir, I haven't updated my mobile number in my Aadhaar. I haven't updated my mobile number in my Aadhaar. Now tell me how to update. Okay. Yes, you can update. You have got a lot of Aadhaar Seva centers. You can find a lot of Aadhaar e-Seva centers. Probably if you haven't updated your mobile number with the Aadhaar, you have to do this physically. Updating the mobile number in the Aadhaar card is not online. You cannot do it online. You have to physically visit the Aadhaar e-Seva center, and you need to place the request asking them to update your mobile number with the Aadhaar number, and probably they may be doing certain biometric checks like fingerprint or your retina checks, and once they are satisfied that it's you, then probably they'll update the phone number in your Aadhaar number, and then your Aadhaar number get linked with with the mobile number, and you can use this option to unlock your income tax account. Right. Now again a challenge. Sir, my Aadhaar number, I'm not able to visit the Aadhaar Seva Center. I'm not able to update my phone number in the Aadhaar number. I'm not able to do due to some reason, or probably I'm pretty busy to physically visit the Aadhaar Seva Center to update my phone number in Aadhaar. Tell me some other option. Yes, one final option is there. One final option is there. Let me repeat. Yes, if at all you have got the e-filing OTP, and if at all you have got the access to the mobile number and mail ID, what you entered at the time of registering the income tax account, you can generate the OTP for that and you can unlock. If at all you don't have the access to the mobile number and mail ID, what you entered at the time of creating the income tax account, then probably you can use the Aadhaar OTP. If at all you don't have the phone number updated in the Aadhaar, you can physically visit the Aadhaar Seva Center and update your phone number in Aadhaar, and then you can use this Aadhaar OTP. Now the last option, you are not able to update, or probably your PAN number is not linked with your Aadhaar card. This is again very important. You should have linked your PAN card with the Aadhaar card. Then only you can use this Aadhaar OTP option. If at all you haven't linked your PAN card with Aadhaar card, even though you update your phone number in Aadhaar card, it's absolutely impossible for you to generate the Aadhaar OTP. Now the final option is you can have a digital signature. Digital signature vendors, you can find many people in the market. Digital signature, it comes like a pen drive like stuff. It's a digital signature. Your signature embedded in that pen drive, that is Java protected. Your signature embedded in that pen drive. It may cost you somewhere around 1,000 or 1,500 rupees. You need to spend 1,500 bucks to buy a digital signature, and using that digital signature, finally you can unlock your income tax account. Got it? Clear? These are the options available for unlocking your income tax account if at all you don't remember your password. Any doubts? Any doubts as such? Any doubts? We can move forward, right? Now, I think all the doubts and all the queries associated with creating the income tax account or unlocking the income tax account, I think it's been clarified. So I believe that's fine. So we'll move forward, right? Now, ITR Forms, you have created the login in income tax department, right? Good. Now you have got the user ID and password. The user ID is nothing but your PAN number. Always the user ID is nothing but your PAN number. And the password is what the password you just reset or what the password you just created, right? Income tax forms, ITR forms. There are a lot of forms available. ITR 1, ITR 2, ITR 3, goes up to ITR 7. I tell you the significance of each ITR form. ITR 1 is available for individuals being a resident having total income up to rupees 50 lakhs. If you are having income up to rupees 50 lakhs and you are having income from salaries, one house property, only one house property. If you are having salary income, if you are having only one house property, and if you are having other sources like interest or dividend or any other gift, and agriculture income up to rupees 5,000, and you are not a director in any company, you are eligible to file ITR 1. These are the conditions to be satisfied to file your return of income using the form ITR 1. ITR 1 is the basic form. Okay, so if you are a salary class and if your total income is up to rupees 50 lakhs and you have got one house property means one house from which you have got the rental income, and that rental income needs to be reported, right? So you have got one house property and agricultural income up to rupees 5,000, and you are not a director in any other company. If at all you are a director in any other company, and if at all you are doing business apart from the salary income, then you are not eligible to file ITR 1. So if you are not running any business parallelly and you have got only salary income, then yes, you are eligible to file ITR 1. Yes. Next, ITR 2. ITR 2 is for the people who don't have any business or profession. Let us assume this scenario. You are a person employed in a company and you have got salary income, and apart from the salary income, you don't have any other income. So naturally, you will file ITR 1. So for 2 years, you didn't have any income at all apart from the salary income. So continuously, you are filing your return of income in ITR 1. Third year, what happened? You had a property and you had to sell that property, and you got certain income. As I told you initially, if you are selling a property and getting an income, that income is taxed under the head capital gains. So now you are having salary income and capital gains income. Now you are not eligible to file ITR 1 because you are not satisfying the condition. Now you need to file ITR 2. So I repeat, if you don't have any business income, then straight away go to ITR 2. ITR 1 is purely for salary up to 50 lakhs, agriculture income up to 5,000, plus interest, plus you are not a director in any company, then probably you can go for ITR 1. If you are having salary plus business, some other return. If you are having salary plus capital gain, then ITR 2. If you are having salary plus any income from shares, trading of shares or anything, then probably you can do in ITR 2. So if you are having salary plus business, then you have to file either ITR 3 or ITR 4. If you are having salary income plus business income, then you have to file ITR 3 or ITR 4. Right. Now, sir, for ITR 3, you have entered as individuals and HUF. What is HUF? HUF is nothing but a Hindu undivided family. That's it. This is enough at this point of time. Hindu undivided family. Individuals and HUF having profits and gains from business or profession, ITR 3. Individuals, HUF and firms being a resident having total income up to 50 lakhs and having business or profession which is computed 44 AD, AE, AF. Sir, what is this, sir? It's so confusing. Up to ITR 1 and ITR 2, it is clear. What is ITR 3 and ITR 4? It's getting confused. I explain. ITR 3 is the generic return of income. ITR 3 is a generic return of income. If you are having a business, then straight away go to ITR 3. If you are an individual and if you are doing business and you have got a business income, then straight away go to ITR 3. Right? Now, ITR 4, there is an option in Income Tax Department. There is an option in Income Tax Act. See, you have got a turnover of 50 lakhs. And you don't have any books of accounts, anything. You don't have your profit and loss account. You don't have balance sheet, no records, nothing. You don't have anything. What is the method of how the 50 lakhs arrived? What are all the bills? What are all the vouchers? What are all the books of accounts? What are all the expenses you incurred? You don't have anything. You don't have access to anything. Just you have done a turnover of 50 lakhs rupees. Now you have to file the income tax returns. Since you don't have any books of accounts, you don't have any track of expenses, the income tax department is giving you an option. If you are paying a tax of, if you are reporting a net profit of 8% on your total turnover, then nobody is going to question you about your books of accounts or anything unless and until any query arises. I repeat, you are having a business, and if you don't have any books of accounts, documents, vouchers, records, nothing, you don't have anything, you have an option to report a net profit of 8% on your total turnover. Say if you are having a turnover of 50 lakhs, then 8% of 50 lakhs, which is coming over to 4 lakhs. If you are reporting a profit of 4 lakhs rupees, then there is no need for you to enter all the expenses. For rent you incurred so much, for salary you incurred so much, nothing. If you're doing a business and if you don't have any books of accounts or documents, anything, then straight away go to ITR 4, report the turnover, report 8% profit, pay tax, that's it. Clear? If you are doing business and you have got all the income, if you have got all the income proofs, all the expenses, you have got bills, you have got vouchers, you have got everything, and you are able to prove, you are able to work out that your profit is somewhere around 2 lakhs, your turnover is 50 lakhs, and if you work out all the, if you work out all the expenses, and if you are able to work out your profit as 2 lakhs, you have got all the records, everything, then go to ITR 3. Got it? Now you got the difference between ITR 3 and ITR 4. Can I move forward?
Okay.
Yeah, please. So ITR 1 is for salary and income from house property or interest. ITR 2 is salary plus capital gain. ITR 3, if you are doing business and if you are having all the bills, vouchers, documents, then ITR 3. If you are doing business and you don't have any bills, vouchers, documents, then go to ITR 4 and just work out the profit on presumptive basis. 8% report profit and pay taxes and close. That's it. Now, just for the basic understanding, I'm giving you all the list of ITR forms, because when somebody is asking you, because if you tell somebody that, you have got some good knowledge in income tax filing, and if you have got some good knowledge about the income tax returns, then immediately the people may question you about the forms, and you should be in a position to tell them all these form names at least. And that is the rationale behind explaining you all these form names. Okay, so please bear. ITR 5. ITR 5 is usually used for partnership firms. If you are having a partnership firm and if you want to file the return of income for the partnership firm, ITR 5 is used. ITR 6, if you have got a company or anything, a private limited company or anything, then probably ITR 6 is used. And ITR 7, if you have got a trust or if you have got an association or if you have got any other non-government organization or any other body, then those people will file the return of income using the return ITR 7. This is the exclusive list of ITR forms available. Beyond that, no ITR forms are available for filing the return of income. Now, in this, we are going to exclusively see ITR 1 because ITR 1 is our domain, salary class, ITR 1 is our domain, and we are going to exclusively see ITR 1. I go ahead. Now, we have logged in here. We entered into this site, www.incometaxindiaefiling.gov.in. We have entered to this site, and I have got my user ID and password. So straight away, registered user, log in here, and I have entered my user ID and password, and I have logged in, and this is the home screen I get. As soon as I log in, this is the home screen I get. Dashboard, my account, e-filing, e-proceeding, e-nivaran, compliance, work list, profile settings, and Vivad Se Vishwas. These are the tabs available the moment you log in. Right. Now, the dashboard is nothing but the screen what you're seeing. This is nothing but the home screen. And my account, the My Account tab will have a lot of details like your income tax returns filing, then your Form 26AS, then, all these details would be mapped under the tab My Account. E-file. If at all
Excuse
you...
me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, a doubt, sir.
Yes,
will there be a change in the ITR forms for every year, like every assessment year?
Exactly. Say for the assessment year 2018-19, if you have got only the salary income and you don't have any other income, then you will be filing the return under the form ITR 1. Say for the assessment year 2019-20, you have got a business income and the salary income, and you've got the books of accounts, then probably you may be filing using ITR 3. Or probably for the assessment year 2020-21, you have got the salary income and business income, but unfortunately you don't have access to any books of accounts, documents, records, then you'll be using ITR 4. So yes, every year the income tax returns form, based on the nature of your income, it has to be changed. Got it? Got it, Ma? This is clear?
Sir, yes. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
good. Thanks. So yes, every year, as I told you, every year the form needs to be changed based on the nature of your income. Now, as soon as you log in, this is the home screen we get. Dashboard, I told you, just this is the home screen. And my account, it would be having all the preliminary details. And e-file is the tab what you have to use for filing the return of income. You can use this option, or probably you can use the e-file option also. That's up to you. And e-proceeding is nothing but, if at all the income tax department has any proceeding or any issue with you, if at all the income tax department has any proceeding or any issue with you, they would communicate you using the tab e-proceeding. If at all if at all they have got any issue, or if at all they would like to scrutinize your records, then e-proceeding, under the e-proceeding you can find the communication from income tax department. Probably if you guys have got the user ID and password, probably after this session you can try logging in and see the e-proceeding tab to figure out if you have received any personal communication from your assessing officer. So if your assessing officer wants to communicate to you, he will be communicating to you through online, and you can find all his communications under the tab e-proceeding. Good. E-Nivaran, the next tab. If at all you have any issue with the income tax department, say you claim the refund, you claim certain refund, and your refund is yet to be processed, or it is pending, or it is not credited at all, then probably you can raise your query in e-Nivaran, and trust me, department is responding to that. Elaborately, extensively, and they are taking action. So you can take all the means to raise all your queries in e-Nivaran, because it is practically not possible for everybody to visit the income tax department personally to have their queries clarified, or to check their income, or to raise the query to the department. It is practically not possible. So you can comfortably use e-Nivaran. You can raise all your queries, all your hardships, all your troubles. You can share with the income tax department, and yes, they are addressing. They will reply to you within a week or 10 days. Right. Now, compliance is nothing but a separate set of record created for each SSC by the income tax department. Say for example, in the judicial department, in the judicial and crime department, people, the police people and all the people would usually maintain a separate crime record for the people who are largely committing the crimes. They have a separate crime records to have a track of the criminals who do the regular criminal activity. Like that, if I'm sorry for equating this with the criminal, just for the example I told you, if at all somebody is regularly doing some default, or if at all the department is feeling that a particular assessee is regularly defaulting in income tax related things, then they can create a separate compliance record for you, and you can see that. If the department feels that you are not regularly defaulting, or if the department is feeling that yes, you are absolutely fine with the income tax department, then there will not be any compliance record for you. If you try checking in under the compliance, if the department has created any compliance record for you, you can see the queries raised by the department. If at all the department has not created any compliance record for you, you will find that there is no compliance record created for you. Probably this is an information for you. After this session, if at all you have got the user ID and password, you can try logging in and check whether the department has created any compliance record for you. Just because the department has created a compliance record for you doesn't mean that you are in the watch list. It doesn't mean that you are in the watch list. Probably either way or the other, the department has got an exclusive set of mechanism to track the people, to find out the people. So just because it has created a compliance record for you doesn't mean that you are in the watch list, but you have to respond to the department. So if the compliance record is not created for you, well and good, you can just feel happy about it. And work list. The next tab, work list. Under work list, you can see two tabs: for your action, for your information. For your action, if at all you have got any outstanding demand by the department, if the department is asking you to pay you something, or if the department is asking you to pay interest, or if the department is asking you to pay any tax, then you can find it in the tab work list for your action. For your information, all the for your information, if at all you are filing any record or anything apart from the income tax returns, you can find it in the tab for your information. So the work list tab has two sub tabs. The first one is for your action, and the next one is for your information. In for your action, all the demands raised by the department pending to be paid by you would get mapped there. If you click that, then probably if you have got any demand paid by you to the department pending, then you can see that. And for your information, if you had uploaded any form other than income tax returns, like if you had uploaded any audit report, or if you had uploaded any certificate or anything, whatever form you had uploaded apart from the income tax returns, you can see it under the tab for your information. And the profile settings, is again using that you can change the password, and you can change the address and everything. And here there is again a check here. The profile setting, in the profile setting, you can find your name, you can find your address, everything. And those name and address are the mobile ID and email address are changeable, but the address and everything, if you want to change, then you have to update in the PAN card. Then probably you need to do physically, you need to get the PAN updation form, and you need to update the address, and you need to physically submit the form. And once the form is updated, the address get changed automatically here. So the mobile ID and mail number, probably the mobile number and mail ID, probably you can change it in online itself, but the address, I believe you have to change only by filling up the PAN updation form from the PAN center. And Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, this is nothing but a compromise scheme. If a taxpayer has got many issues, the department came up with a scheme called Vivad Se Vishwas scheme. This is a compromise scheme. If you say that I have to pay a tax of 10 lakhs, and if the department is telling you have to pay a tax of 20 lakhs, this is a kind of compromise mechanism to avoid the litigation. Using Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, you and the department can discuss and come to a consensus, and probably you can fix the tax demand somewhere around 12 lakhs and close the issue. Instead of getting into the litigation, and instead of facing all troubles and everything cumbersome process, this Vivad Se Vishwas scheme is a compromise scheme. It is a kind of compromise arrangement by the department to avoid the disputes between the SSC and the department. If you as an SSC telling that you can pay a tax of 10 lakhs, and if the department is demanding a tax of rupees 20 lakhs, then probably you can apply in Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, and you may end up paying 50 lakhs just by negotiating with the department, and all the litigations are dropped. This is the significance of Vivad Se Vishwas scheme. So this is just a brief explanation of all the tabs available under your login screen. Any doubts as such? Any doubts before we move forward? Because this is nothing but the basic understanding of your portal. This is nothing but the basic understanding of your income tax account. Any doubts in that? The basic understanding of the portal? Clear? We go ahead? Good. Now, we are going to file the income tax returns. In this filing of income tax return, you need to click this, or probably you can use this route also. You can go through my account, and you can click ITR 1 form, income tax return. This is how it will be. Your PAN number will get displayed automatically. Assessment year, right? Now, at this point of time, I am obliged to tell you all what is assessment year. See, the income tax department always goes 1 year in advance. Income tax act always goes 1 year in advance. If the financial year is 2018-19, then the assessment year is 2019-20. All the income, whatever you have earned during the financial year 2018-19, will be filed under the head assessment year 2019-20. If you have got the income if you have got all the income earned during the financial year 2015-16, then all the incomes earned by you during the financial year 15-16 will be assessed, will be filed, will be dealt with, will be addressed, will be identified in the income tax department as assessment year 16-17. If it is 15-16, it is 16-17. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So good. So if at all you are going to file the return of income for the financial year 2019-20, if at all you are going to file the return of income for the financial year 2019-20, April 2019 to March 2020, all the income earned by you, if you are going to report it to the income tax department, then the assessment year what you have to select is 2020-21, because as I told you, the income tax department goes 1 year in advance. So all the incomes earned by you during the financial year 2019-20, you have to enter it as 2020-21. So 2019-20, in the normal regular commercial term, we address it as financial year, but in the eyes of income tax, we will address it as previous year. So the previous year is 2019-20 and the assessment year is 2020-21. So for the previous year 2019-20, all the income earned by you, we will be reporting it under the head assessment year 2021. Yes, we have reported here. And ITR form number, ITR 1. ITR 1 is the form. Yes, in since we have restricted our scope to the filing of return of income for salaries, ITR 1 is the return significant for us. So ITR 1 is the form we have selected here. Right. Original or revised return. I tell you what is original or revised return. Say you have filed your return of income. You have filed your return of income, and what happened at the time of filing your return of income, you missed to include your ATC benefit of 1 lakh. Your gross salary is 6 lakhs, your net salary is 4 lakhs, and you have included everything, all the allowances, all the perquisites, everything you have entered, but unfortunately you have forgotten to enter the ATC benefit, and you have filed without entering the ATC benefit. Even though you have got the insurance on home loan or all the benefits, all the legal benefits, even though you have forgotten to enter it, unless and until you enter, as I told you initially, if this is something totally self-discipline, unless and until you enter, the department will not know, even if it is a benefit or it is a demand or it is a tax, unless and until you enter, the department will not know. So if you forgot to enter all your ATC benefits, the benefit is not given. Sir, I forgot to enter ATC, that's it, benefit gone, I have to pay tax. No, you have the option to rectify your return. You have the option to rectify your return, and you will rectify using revised return option. Got it? Clear? If you are filing a return of income and if you fail to include certain income or certain benefits and you file the return, then don't worry that you have failed to include certain things. You have an option to file the revised return. And while filing the revised return, you will be making the reference to the original return, and you will say that this is the original return, this is the acknowledgement number of the original return, and you are revising that return, and you will enter the revised figure. And what happens? The department will take into consideration the revised return. The department will take into consideration the revised return. The original return will not be processed. Only the revised return will be processed. Got it? Clear? Now, again a doubt. Sir, in the revised return also I forgot to include something. What to do? Again, you can file the revised return. So, n number of times you can file the revised return. There is no restriction that you have to file only once or twice. The option is open for you to file any number of times to file the revised return. So it doesn't mean that you have to keep on committing errors every time you file the return of income, but this is something on the better side, that if at all you have committed any errors, you can revise it using the revised return option. And even while filing the revised return option also, if you have committed any errors, and in that also you can revise. So you can revise the return anytime. But please don't do this stupid thing. Please don't do this stupid thing. At least once you revise, okay. Please don't keep on revising your return. Just because the option is there to correct your return of income, please don't keep on revising your return of income, because the filing of a revised return increases the chances of you getting the notice from income tax department, because the department thinks that if you are filing the revised return, then just a normal notion, if somebody is filing a revised return, then the department will think that that person has committed something, that person is committing something fishy, and that is why he's filing the revised return. Send the notice and ask him to submit all the documents. Just filing one time, okay. Filing one revised return, okay. Somebody would file twice, thrice revised return, and the chances of getting the notice from income tax department asking the explanation is quite high. So please don't frequently revise your return. So the first thing is you have to be vigilant. You have to be careful while filing your return of income. Just because you have got the option to revise, it doesn't mean that you can commit errors. So please, you have to file it carefully and revise once. Please don't revise it frequently, because if you are revising it frequently, if you are revising it multiple times, the department gets alert, and the chances of you getting the notice asking the explanation for a revision of return, or asking the proof of income and asking your bank statements, all these things are quite high. So let's not entertain that. So let's file once revised. Then submission mode: prepare and submit online. You have got two options to file the return of income. ITR 1, either you can use the web form like online, just like train ticket booking, just like a movie ticket booking. On the online platform itself, you can file the return of income. If you are not comfortable in filing the return of income in online platform, then probably you can download the utility. You can download the Java utility or the Excel utility, and you can enter all the details manually at your convenience. You can save, and sometime later you can upload. Both options are available. We have got both. We have got two options. One option, just like booking the train ticket or just like booking the movie tickets, on the online form itself, you can file the return of income. If you are not comfortable with that, if you feel that you need a lot of time to file your return of income, you need to do all sorts of permutation and combination to file the return of income, then you have got a utility. You can download either Excel utility or the Java utility. You can download, and you can take the hell kind of time to enter all the details, and you can upload it sometime later, and I tell you how to upload and all. But yes, I've got two options. Any doubt in this? Any doubts? Any clarifications?
I have doubt in filing time.
Yes, sir.
This is regarding HRE.
Okay, sir.
Say for example, last year,
Sir, could you please be a bit louder? It's feeble.
I'm audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Okay. Say for example, for 1920 HRE, I forgot to declare in April and May or June. 3 months I forgot to declare my HRE. Okay.
Okay.
And remaining months I have declared and I upload documents, whatever it is. So if I'm going to file the ITR now for the last year, for 3 months HRE, say for example for per month 10,000 means 30,000 I lost it. So if I'm going to file this year, I mean this year is now July or June end or July first week, I'm going to file the return for last year.
Okay.
So for those 3 months HRA, I can revise here in this filing type, or is there any other option?
Okay.
You mentioned that ATC kind of thing only, right? What about HRA?
Okay. I think there is a small misconception. The HRA, what you fail to update for the month of April, May, June, you fail to update to the company. Am I right?
Yeah.
You haven't informed the income tax department yet. You failed to update to the company, and if you had updated the HRA to the company would have deducted lesser amount of tax. So just because you have failed to update the company about the HRA, the company has deducted tax in excess.
Yes.
So now, at the time of filing the return of income, you can take the benefit of HRA of April, May, June, and you can file the return of income. You can rework the tax, and if the tax rework is working out somewhere around 20,000, and just the company, without taking the benefit of HRA, they have taken a tax amount of 25,000, 5,000 will be refunded to your account.
Defaultly, I mean after filing here.
After filing, the returns will be processed by the department and they'll refund you. So you didn't update the HRA benefit to the company, so the company have deducted tax amount in excess. So at the time of filing the return of income, you are updating the HRA and filing the return of income, stating that this is the tax amount I have to pay, 20,000, and the TDS, the tax deducted by the company, would get reflected as 25,000. So department adjusts this 25,000 with this 20,000 and 5,000 will be refunded to your bank account.
Okay.
Automatically it will be refunded. There is no need for you to visit the department, or somebody may say that sir, we have to pay something to the department. Nothing. For getting the refund, department or nobody is getting any bribe or anything. No, that is a clean automated process.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, this is all about this ITR 1. Any doubts as such in the basic ITR 1?
No.
Great. Let's move on. So after entering these details, it will ask you to validate the bank account number. It will ask you to validate the bank account number. You have to enter the bank account details, and you have to make sure that you are entering the bank account details appropriately, because if at all you are getting any refund, if at all you are eligible for any refund, automatically the refund will be reflected, the refund will be credited in this bank account number only. If you are updating the bank account number wrongly, then you will not get your refund. You will not get any, if at all you need to get any money from the department, you will not get. So please make sure that you are entering the bank account number appropriately. And yes, pre-fill. Nowadays, there is no need for you to enter all the details here. You can just use this pre-fill option. After entering all these things, if you enter here, continue, it asks you a question whether we can pre-fill. Agree and continue. It pre-fills all the data. All the name, address, your mobile number, your mail ID, everything automatically pre-filled from the income tax database. There is no need for you to type. Those days and all, we used to type the PAN number, we used to type the name, we used to type the address, everything manually you have to type. But nowadays, there is no need for you to type any details. Just pre-fill, continue, all the information stored in the income tax database, and that will automatically be mapped in the ITR form. Good. Now you have pre-filled all. So part A, general information. This is the ITR 1 form. This will lead to this form. This is ITR 1 form, screenshot of ITR 1 form. See, after going through all the ITR, all the fields of ITR and all the provisions, relevant provisions of Income Tax Act 1, and once we make sure that everything has been covered, probably in the last session, we try to file a return of income live. So please don't think that just by having the screenshots, we are rushing through the session, or we are just managing the session. It is not like that. Just for the sake of understanding, we are managing with the screenshots. And once you all have got some hold on the income tax returns filing and everything, we can file a return of income lively. And this will be useful for you, to file your return of income or file any of your friends' income, or probably you can take it up even as a profession. For salaried income, people are charging somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees for filing a return of income. You can do it as a job, as a profession. This is a skill. Good. So it's up to you. Now, the first part A, general information, this has already been pre-filled. General information like your name, like your mobile number, like your mail ID, everything have been automatically pre-filled. There is no need for you to touch that. Now, computation of income tax. And one more information here. Sir, in general information, since everything have been pre-filled, it is not possible for me to change? No, you can change. The pre-fill option is just to assist you, just to minimize your work. If at all you need to change the address in the return of income, in the acknowledgement, sir, I don't want this native address to be displayed in the acknowledgement. I want my Chennai address to be displayed in the acknowledgement. Then probably you can update the pre-filled information. You can edit the pre-filled information. You can enter the revised address, and the department will accept, and the acknowledgement will have the revised address. So please don't think that just because you have pre-filled, it is a non-editable field. It is an editable field. If you want to edit your mobile number, if you want to edit your mail ID or anything, you can edit it comfortably. Right. Now, computation of income tax, part B, gross total income, right? In this field, you have to enter here salary as per section 17, subsection 1. This is the gross salary, man. You will be having your form 16 in your hand. You'll be having your form 16 in your hand. The form 16 is nothing but the certificate given by your employer, including all the details of your income. What is your salary? What are all your allowances? What is your gross salary? What are all the deductions? What is the net salary? How the tax have been calculated? Everything is there in form 16 itself. if you are not, I tell you how to work out the calculation also, but you can take the Form 16 also as control check. So if you have got the pay slip, you can work after the session, probably after the end of the 5-day cycle. You'll be able to work out the tax independently, and you will be able to cross-check it with the Form 16. And once you are pretty sure that your workings is matching with Form 16, you can go ahead and file the return of income. Yes, you have got the Form 16, and you have to enter your salary here in this field. Salary as per section 17 subsection 1. The gross salary has to be entered here. Gross salary includes all the salaries, like the salary, the allowance, everything is mentioned here. 17 subsection 1. Next field, value of perquisites. Value of perquisite, as I told you in the introductory session, perquisite is nothing but the benefits given by the department, by the employer to you. It includes all the benefits, like, if the company is offering you any rent-free accommodation, that is also a kind of salary. If the company is offering you a car with a driver, that is also a kind of salary. If the company is offering you any, some helper or somebody, that is also a kind of salary. That valuation has to be done, and the value of that is entered in the second checkbox. So the first checkbox contains all the monetary benefits. The second checkbox contains all the benefits, the value of the benefits. The value of the benefits would have been entered in the Form 16 itself. You will have to just validate the valuation done by the company. And if you are pretty sure that the company has valued it appropriately, you need to enter it here. And third checkbox, profits in lieu of salary. Profits in lieu of salary is nothing but anything in place of salary. Like, if the company feels that you are doing pretty good, if the company feels that you are doing an extraordinary job, the company may be paying 10% on the share of profit arrived from the project what you're working. Say probably you are working in an IT company, you're working in a project, and you have done exceptionally well in the project, and your project has earned a profit of 10 lakhs rupees, and the company is offering you a share of 10% profit on the 10 lakhs earned by your project. So 1 lakh is the benefit what you receive, and that is also a kind of salary. That is also arising by virtue of the relationship of the employer-employee with the company. So that is also a salary you have to enter here. Profits in lieu of salary. Got it clear? 3 checkbox. So if you total these 3 checkboxes, this should match with the gross salary here. Gross salary here. Say if you are in 18 lakhs package, these 3 fields put together match with 18 lakhs. If it is not matching with 18 lakhs, then there is some flaw in the computation method, or there is some error in the CTC working by the company. You have to really revisit your CTC, and you have to make sure that your actual CTC is 18 lakhs. Got it? So these 3 fields put together, total, that should match with the gross salary. Right here, exempt allowance. All the allowances, whatever that have been exempt under section 10. As I told you, section 10 is the section that deals with exemptions in income tax department. Section 10 deals with all the exemptions in income tax department, like the HRA, the LTC, the special allowances, like as I told you, tour allowance, travel allowance. All those allowances are grouped under section 10. So if at all somebody is telling you section 10 in income tax department, you can take it blindly that section 10 exemptions. There is no need for you to remember vast sections and vast terminologies. Section 17, salary. Section 10, yes, exemptions. If at all somebody is telling you section 10 in Income Tax Act, yes, section 10, exemptions, tell me what do you want me to do in that. So yes, exemptions, nature of exempt allowance, this is a drop-down. A drop-down facility is available, and that drop-down has an exclusive list of allowances. That drop-down has an exclusive list of allowances. I'll show you probably sometime tomorrow what are the allowances that are reflecting, and how to work out the calculation and how to enter the figure here. You can enter the figure what is displaying in Form 16, but you have to make sure that the Form 16 figure is appropriate. The Form you can claim the deduction. And the next, standard deduction. What is standard deduction? In those days, department used to give benefits to conveyance, to to the medical elements. Like many people, if you see those days, not those days, at least a year or a couple of years back, people used to get medical bills. If you remember, probably many of you may be HR, and you guys would have asked your employees to submit the medical bills and everything, and the medical reimbursement is allowed as a tax exemption up to an amount of 15,000 rupees. I have seen many people going to medical shop and paying some $500 and getting tons and tons of bills totaling to 15,000 to make sure that they are claiming this exemption. If there is a medical expense of rupees 15,000, straight away all the salary class will get a benefit of 50,000. Say if your gross salary is 8 lakhs, and in 8 lakhs, if you have got non-taxable allowances like HRA or something to an amount of 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs is reduced by 2 lakhs. So the next salary will come to 6 lakhs. And out of 6 lakhs, flat 50,000 you can deduct. There is no need for you to submit any bills, any vouchers, any proofs, any documents, nothing. Flat 50,000. Last year it used to be 40,000. Now it has been increased to 50,000. 10,000 have been increased. So straight away, flat 50,000, the exemption, the standard deduction is given. If your gross salary is 8 lakhs, yes, 8 lakhs is your gross salary, and using certain calculation methods in HRA, you claiming an exemption of 2 lakhs. So 8 lakhs minus 2 lakhs, 6 lakhs is your net salary, and standard deduction 50,000, flat standard deduction. There is no need for you to show any proofs or anything. So 6 lakhs minus 50,000, 5 lakhs 50,000 is your net salary. Got it? 5 lakhs 50,000 is your net salary. This is standard deduction. Entertainment allowance is something usually given for the government employees, so let's not think much about entertainment allowance. If at all your payslip is having entertainment allowance, then you can claim the deduction of entertainment allowance as well. Professional tax, yes, the professional tax, as I told you, it can be claimed as deduction. So your gross salary 8 lakhs, HRA 2 lakhs, net salary 6 lakhs, and after that standard deduction 50,000, and entertainment allowance 0, and the professional tax 2,000 means 6 lakhs minus 52,000. So 5 lakhs 48,000 is your net taxable salary. Got it? Any doubts? Any doubts how this 8 lakhs came to 5.48 lakhs? Any doubts? Got it? Clear? This will be your taxable salary. These are the terminologies used in income tax department. Taxable salary is nothing but the salary on which you are supposed to pay tax. Taxable salary is nothing but the salary in which you are supposed to pay tax. This is income chargeable under the head salaries. This is the taxable salary. Gross taxable salary. Great. Any doubts as such? I believe that today's session went on well. Any doubts? Any doubts on the...
Sir, can you explain that section 1013A allows to meet the expenditure incurred on outside?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, actually, I'll explain in detail.
Yeah, okay. All
the allowances will be explained in detail tomorrow, sir. So, as such, whatever things we have covered, any doubts? Because this is an extensive coverage. This is not only beneficial for you, you can help the fellow professionals also. You can help your fellow friends and your fellow colleagues. Everybody you can help. Probably many of your friends may not have created the income tax account itself. And the tax would have been deducted by their company, and they wouldn't have been filing the income tax returns. So probably you can assist them in creating the account in income tax, because probably people may think that what is this, just creating the account in income tax account? This is something very simple. I can just open the income tax website and I can create the account just like how I create an email ID. No. As I told you, a lot of challenges involved. The surname itself, in many cases, we have suffered nearly 2 to 3 days to find out the surname. We personally have faced those circumstances. We personally have faced those challenges, because the surname, if it is not matching, it will not accept. So you have to work out all the permutation combination. As I told you, you need to open the tax payment challan and to find out what is your name exactly marked in your PAN number, because the name printed in your PAN number doesn't mean that the same name is entered in the income tax department. This could be something even different. So all these things you have to watch. So yes, today's session we saw the basics of income tax, and we saw how to create the profile in income tax, and we even discussed about the measures to overcome the challenges in income tax profile creation. Then we logged in and we understood the basic tabs available, and before that we even discussed about the various ITR forms available, and we even discussed how to choose the appropriate ITR form. And one more hitch here, sir. What if I wrongly choose the ITR form? Instead of entering my salary details in ITR 1, as per the conditions, ITR 1 is applicable for me. But unfortunately, I entered ITR 4. What will happen, sir? Sometimes there is no any rigid rule. Sometimes the department is processing the returns even though you have entered, you have selected inappropriate ITR form. Sometimes it is getting processed. Instead of choosing ITR 1, if you have chosen ITR 4 and entered your salary details, then yes, and in your business details, you would have entered 0. And salary details, you would have entered everything. So instead of choosing ITR 1 and you have chosen ITR 4, yes, the department, sometimes it is generous enough to process the income tax returns. Sometimes what happens, the system will not accept and it will generate a notice. It will generate a defective notice for you. The notice will be received by you through email. And in that email defective notice, the explanation would state clearly that you have chosen an inappropriate ITR form. So please choose an appropriate ITR form and file the return. So again, you have to file the return. This will not be accounted as revised return. If you are filing a return of income as a result of defective return notice, that is not a revised return. That is original return only. Defective return is an invalid return. So that is not a revised return, that is original return only. I repeat, instead of choosing ITR 1, you have chosen ITR 4. Sometimes department takes it just like that. It processes the return. Sometimes department may be stringent and it may be issuing the notice, defective notice, stating that instead of choosing ITR 1, you have chosen ITR 4. Please select the appropriate ITR form and file the return again. That will be the instruction received by you by the from the department, and you have to file the return again just like originally how you followed by choosing the appropriate ITR form. But this cannot be counted as a revised return. This is original return only, because this is you are filing as a result of defective return. Defective return is an invalid return. Okay, got it? Clear. So we discussed about the various ITR forms available, and we tried to log in, and we saw the tabs available under the income tax account. We discussed the options available under each tab, and we saw how to enter the gross salary, and we have worked on how to work out on the net salary as well. So I believe that it's clear. No clarifications, no doubts. So with this, we halt. Probably in tomorrow's session, let's discuss the allowances in detail. Gross salary, yes sir, please.
So I have one doubt.
Yes sir,
In
please.
my previous company, one NRI guy, he's from other country. Yeah. So he was working with us for 6 months.
Okay.
But we didn't pay him a salary. Or MD has paid him a Lebanon, that dollar he has paid. So we have just made him, like he was been renting here in our office. He stayed at our office, and we didn't pay any salary just for 6 months. Purpose MD has been, he's just like temporary MD.
Got it.
So
okay.
he was working for 6 months.
Okay.
And he got paid from the Lebanon money, not Indian money.
Okay.
Whether, I don't know, just a question for whether he has to pay the IT for here or no need.
Okay. The first thing is we have to see his residential status. Just because he is from Lebanon, we cannot say that he is a non-resident. That is what I told you initially. There is a test. There are certain conditions to qualify certain person as a resident and certain person as a non-resident. And let us assume that this person is falling under the resident category as per Income Tax Act. If he is a resident, then yes, he has to pay tax in India for the income whatever he has received from India. Now, this is the theory. As per the theory, yes, he has to pay the tax in India. So what your MD would have done, while paying the salary in Lebanon dollars to that person, he might have deducted tax and he would have paid the salary to that Lebanon person net of tax.
Okay.
Okay, he would have remitted the salary to that Lebanon person net of taxes. And what that person does in Lebanon, he will take into consideration the tax deducted by the Indian employer, and he'll say to the Lebanon people that I have already paid tax in India for this. There is a thing called double taxation avoidance. The rationale is a particular income cannot be taxed twice. A particular income cannot be taxed twice. So the Lebanon person, while reporting his income there in Lebanon, he would state that for this income, I have already paid tax in India. The Indian employer has already remitted tax and he has paid. Please take this into consideration and please adjust. And based on that, the credit is given for him in Lebanon.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, clear.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I believe that the discussion was extensive and it was pretty useful. The session being the first day, I believe that all of you got a good understanding about the basics of income tax. So any doubts, any clarifications, anything as such, shall we wind up this session for the day? Yes? Can anybody unmute and say? Okay, I take it as an acceptance. Okay, thank you. Today we had an extensive discussion on the basics of income tax and how to create the profile and everything. So probably tomorrow let's have a detailed discussion on the allowances and everything, and probably we take this session forward. Thank you all. Thank you for attending. So it was a pleasure having you all in this Zoom session. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
So thank you, sir, for taking the session forward. So we will post you this recording of the YouTube link and all that. So all the sessions are being recorded. So we will publish you the link by today, and also the class link tomorrow. So please do come tomorrow at the same time, right? 5:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you all.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you all.